And see, we already have someone here waiting, so let's get right into this. I have to address several things, okay? This is going to be an interesting live stream, none like any other that I've done on this channel, but it's going to be worth watching, so stay tuned with it all. I'm a dumbass, and I forgot my charger to my laptop, right? So this is not the appropriate charger for my laptop, meaning this thing that I usually go live from when I'm on the road or that I do my research is, nope, it's dead. It's stone dead. So we're going to be talking about the crypto market updates, and we're going to talk about my look and my future plans into 2024 and 2025, the euphoric bull run that everyone has been so eagerly waiting for, and how BlackRock and how Binance and how the DOJ and our United States government is likely going to impact this. Doesn't mean that we're not going to have one. It doesn't mean that you can't make money off of something. But it does mean that your outlook towards crypto should probably be shifting, as that's what's happening to mine as well. What's good, Dream? Welcome in. Happy to see you here, my man. Happy to see you here. After this live stream, I'm going to go get a charger so that tomorrow and Friday I can have normal live streams and actually do some work, because it's been unfortunate not being able to do stuff from my computer. But that's okay. That's all right. We're chilling. So everyone has seen what's been happening to Binance, with CZ stepping down and pleading guilty to violating anti-money laundering regulations. What does that actually mean, though? Well, it doesn't mean that he was conducting money laundering. It doesn't mean that he was necessarily going out and committing fraud. It does mean that he was not putting up the proper safeguards to prevent others from doing that. Now, he pled guilty and stepped down without any kind of trial. There was undoubtedly a lot of back and forth going on behind the scenes, and in my personal opinion, I believe that Binance and maybe not specifically CZ, but I believe Binance, who is like 70 to 75% of all of the volume in crypto, has been up to a lot of shady stuff in the past. And so I think that it's more likely than not, they saw they were going to get probed by the US government, by the SEC, and they said, let's just pay this $4 billion fine, admit to having not put up the proper safeguards, and then we'll move forward from there without getting absolutely screwed. Because if they look into what we're actually doing here, maybe they'd find something that could put them under. I think that is the option that they chose was the non-nuclear option. Because if they had taken down Binance, actually taken it down, let's just say hypothetically they did an investigation, found out all of the criminal activity that's been going on there, all the market manipulation, they're acting as, again, they're going through every part of purchasing an asset online. There's the market makers, there's the people who represent the buyers, the people who represent the sellers, there's the people who aggregate all of these, the market makers, there's people who actually conduct it, they take the fee, they find the arbitrage, right? There's a lot of different moving parts. Binance was doing all of that. And so I think that if they had actually taken the time to look into it, they'd probably find more criminal activity. So by just paying $4 billion, they're kind of low-key saving crypto in the short term, right? Hopefully this new CEO kind of changes stuff up a little bit and they stop any behavior that might actually be nuclear for crypto. But nonetheless, we see that the United States government is having a massive stronghold on crypto. We also see that through the ETFs that are coming out. There's like 10 or 12 ETFs that have been in the works, spot ETFs for Bitcoin. There's some for other crypto assets as well. Like Ethereum is a prime example with ARK Invest. They've been trying to get an Ethereum ETF for a while. Lo and behold, as soon as BlackRock is interested in one, what happens? Yeah, we start seeing some actual progression. We start seeing some roads be laid out so that we could actually potentially be getting one here in the near term. Seems normal for crypto. Just wait until they go after the non-tax-paying crypto investors. I know. I think they're trying to get a hold of it. I low-key think that like Binance and CZ stepping down and Binance paying a large fine, I think in some way is trying to shelter the people who have been using Binance's platform to commit fraud. So they're admitting like, hey, yeah, we didn't put up the safeguards, our bad. Let's pay you and move on. You guys just ignore these people over here. That's my own thesis, though. I don't know that we will see that the truth on that come out for her, probably not of any 2024, 2025. But it does stand to like test you as an investor, test me as an investor and a participant in this crypto market. Like, why are you here? You have to be honest with yourself here, okay? Why are you here in crypto at all? I'm here to make money. I think it's cool that potentially crypto and blockchain technology is going to help add more transparency to the traditional financial markets and add a layer of security, yes, but transparency. I'm hoping that we can democratize what is going on behind the scenes for governments, right? It's unfortunate when you see stuff like this happening, though, because it shows you that, like, hey, maybe not. Maybe that's not what ends up playing out. But I'm here for the money, first and foremost. So when I see the government stepping in, I see BlackRock stepping in, I see these large institutions kind of cleaning out all the bad actors through means of regulation like this, not so that it can just be better and a clean start for crypto, but so that they can get rid of the main players and they themselves can come into the space. They're trying to take out the people who have been in for the last 15 years and try and like clear house so that they can come in and make all of the money with it. Once they've done that and rooted themselves in, I believe that things will start likely exploding in value again. I, as an investor, am fine with that because there's going to be a lot of money that comes with them. As far as the ethos of crypto and blockchain and like what I talked about with potentially adding some clarity, that makes me a little bit nervous and it's a little upsetting. But that's why I said you have to address with yourself, why are you here? I'm here for the memes. Exactly. And again, I know these last two live streams have been kind of like different, kind of weird on my phone without actually having a screen to share with you guys, but I'm getting my laptop charger today. Literally as soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm gonna have a car here in Philly and I'm gonna go get a charger for my laptop so I can actually do some trading and everything with you guys. Hold on, let me take a sip of coffee. How are you guys doing? Are you guys excited for Thanksgiving? How many of you guys actually celebrate Thanksgiving? Another key point that I wanted to bring up that kind of solidifies this and reiterates the point that, like, hey, most of, Josh says it best, truth is a mirage. Most of what we see in this crypto market is not actually how it is. Why am I saying that? If I were to ask you guys what is the most decentralized crypto out there, what is the most secure and most decentralized cryptocurrency that is in existence right now? It also happens to be the largest cryptocurrency, okay? It's Bitcoin. I'm not going to wait for you guys to answer because we all know what it is. It's Bitcoin, right? Did you know that 80 to 85% of the hash rate for Bitcoin flows through 5 companies? There's 5 companies that determine roughly 80% of all the blocks added to Bitcoin's blockchain. Yeah, if I want to go put up a mining rig in the corner of that room right there, I can. And I might have the chance that I hit 1 block. If I'm really, really, really lucky, I might hit a block and get that 6.5 Bitcoin right now, right? 3.125 after, or 6.25 Bitcoin, 3.125 Bitcoin after the halving, right? There's the possibility I could, and so in that aspect, it's decentralized. Anyone could enter in and start mining, and anyone could potentially get a hold of Bitcoin and participate in the network. But the people who write the network, the people who actually are the ones behind the scenes running all this stuff, it's only 5 companies. And one of those 5 companies, which represented about 11% of the hash rate, they recently were just outed for having not added certain transactions that were associated with blacklisted wallets from the United States government. So the United States government is enforcing KYC across crypto, meaning if I want to participate in crypto in the United States, I have to add know your customer requirements. So I have to put my name and where I live and all that information so they can keep track of me as a citizen. I get it. It makes sense. Like, I understand. But if I do something that they disagree with and they blacklist my wallet, then if I try and interact with Bitcoin and some of the largest miners in the entire industry are not willing to add transactions that have something to do with a blacklisted wallet from mine because for whatever reason I upset the government, is that decentralized? Is it? Again, you have to ask yourself, why are you here? If the largest face of the entire industry of decentralization and fairness for all is getting censored like that, why are you here? I had a coworker that is Native American, and every year the boss would tell him to have a happy Thanksgiving. And he would tell him he didn't celebrate it. I asked him if this was true, and he laughed and said, yes, he loves food. That's funny as hell. Yeah, I just don't know. So, like, Canada had their Thanksgiving a little while ago, so I was just saying. It was just saying. It's scary. It's scary if you're into crypto just for the idea that crypto is going to solve everything, all of your problems. Crypto is going to save the world. Then this is terrifying. This is the end of crypto. This is the end of crypto. If you're here to make money and you think that the current system has some flaws, but that crypto and blockchain could improve those flaws just a little bit and make the system a little bit better, then this is exciting because you can make money and hopefully see some improvements throughout crypto. I am here for that reason. I want to make money. I like the idea of fixing the system is really exciting to me, and I hope that it plays out, but at the end of the day, I just want some money. That's it. That probably is going to upset some of you guys, but it's just the reality. And when I look at these miners and know that 5 miners pretty much control all of Bitcoin's blockchain, it's scary. That's a very frightening statistic. And then when you find out that those miners can be influenced by the United States government to selectively censor certain transactions, it destroys the entire perception that any of this stuff is decentralized. Decentralization is a spectrum. I made this video a while ago outlining it perfectly. I don't like fiat, to put it gently. Oh, I know your feelings, Dream. I know your feelings on it. All right, you ready? We're going to do a little demonstration here. This is to outline decentralization. I have 2 hair ties here, okay? 2 hair ties. It's the only thing that I could see where I had 2 of them that wouldn't break if I threw them. 2 hair ties. They are both centralized in this one location, okay? If I take one of them and I throw it across the room, now they're decentralized, right? But they're still in the room. They're still centralized in this house. If I go throw one a mile down the road, they're decentralized, but they're still both in Philly. They're still both centralized here. If I then camouflage one of them so no one can ever find it again and it's no longer ever part of the function of decentralizing hair ties, I completely get rid of it. They're still decentralized, but now I only effectively have one. Even though that other one still is in existence, it's never going to come back into existence. That's censoring certain transactions on Bitcoin's blockchain. It's just a lot to think about, right? Maybe it's too early to be talking about this stuff. What is my plan moving forward in crypto? After having outlined all of this, cool. Who the hell gives a shit? What is my plan? My plan is to acknowledge that they are likely going to infiltrate crypto. They're already doing it with the ETFs. They're already doing it through censorship. They're already here regulating the space. JP Morgan copied Ethereum's blockchain and made their Onyx blockchain, and they're doing transactions without any of us being able to see it. There's no fees. There's no token to invest into. They literally just copied the open source and started doing their own stuff. They're here. They're playing in the space. They're not going to go anywhere because it's a cool space. It's a lot of money here. And they're going to be absolutely taking advantage of it. With them comes tens, if not hundreds of billions of dollars in fiat currency, just in the United States alone, that is going to be flowing into the space and disseminating across a lot of different cryptocurrencies. A lot of different blockchain protocols or block DAGs or whatever comes with quantum computing. I know I'm just brain dumping on you guys, but it's going to disseminate across the entire space, the entire industry, based off of different narratives that they think they can profit off of. Okay? You got to think about a TradFi person's mind here when you're entering into this space now, moving forward. You have to think, they're looking to make profits. They're going to know what traditionally makes them a lot of money, and they're going to try and invest into it. What's an industry that makes up 25% of the United States GDP? Dwell on that for a second while I read this comment Haxer just sent. What is volatility? Can you explain it in the most simple way? Yeah, absolutely I can. Absolutely I can. Yeah, hold that thought about the 25% of GDP. Volatility is just the sudden movement of an asset's price. So generally speaking, when people think about volatility, it's to the downside. Because we usually climb really steadily up, and then volatility is when the velocity of those moves change. When the markets are usually just climbing up a little bit, it's really hard to force it up a ton, but it's very easy to dump it. So it's stair-stepping up very subtly, and then a massive volatility spike comes, and it's usually to the downside. Volatility is just when the velocity of an asset's price trajectory changes. That velocity can be up or down. Hopefully that made sense. 25% of the entire United States GDP is made up of healthcare. Decentralized science is changing the entire narrative behind healthcare. Rapidly. Rapidly. We just saw 23andMe have a hack where the genetic information of a ton, I forget the exact number right now, but a lot of whatever. A lot of people's genetic information was just for sale on the black market because 23andMe didn't deploy proper safety protocols into their application, right? People got hacked. We just saw Australia, Queensland, Australia. Their forensic lab was just sequencing DNA improperly for 9 years. 37,000 cases have been impacted because they were falsely sequencing the DNA. Open sourcing and putting this stuff on a blockchain so that everyone can go do the peer review process to make sure that they're sequencing appropriately, that's a bullish case for decentralized science. Genomes DAO is a company that does what 23andMe does, only better because it's secured by the blockchain. Your genetic information is secured cryptographically within a blockchain, so you don't have to worry about it. Decentralized science is disrupting the game dramatically, and it's a narrative that traditional financial markets already know of. They already know how it works. Pfizer's already investing into this stuff like crazy because they see the potential for profits. Hopefully you guys do as well. If you do, hit that thumbs up button. I see we got 5 people here chilling here with my live stream on my phone. I know it's a little bit different. We're normally on my laptop, but I'm an idiot and I forgot my charger back home. So I'm having to make do with what I got here, but I still wanted to come here and continue my streak, continue my momentum. The 5.3 theory math works on Bitcoin. It's been manipulated since the beginning. There's nothing that's not going to be manipulated, in my humble opinion. If there's an opportunity for humans to take advantage and do something that will better their self over the collective, I think that people generally will do that. Not everyone, but the people who do that get more power and then are able to do it to larger scales. Absolutely, Haxer. Dream says, I'm increasingly wanting to know my ancestry, but I also don't trust anyone with my DNA, though. Whoever I don't want to have it probably already does. Yeah, I mean, if Gillette Razors knew I turned 18 and was able to send me a birthday gift in the mail without me ever having registered or done anything with their website before, the government knows a lot more about you than you think you do. With that being said, go to Genomes DAO. Dream, this is specifically to you because you don't want other people having access to your genetic information, but you're curious about your ancestry. Go to Genomes DAO and look about getting your genome sequenced by them because they don't get to see it. The scientists who sequence it obviously get to see the results of the sequenced DNA, but they don't know whose DNA they're sequencing, and then the results get locked into a blockchain, and only you have access to it through your private key. You can then decide to share bits and pieces of your genetic information with companies that want to do research on a certain section, a certain public, a certain like ancestry or certain part of the world, and you can give them access to select parts of your genetic information, and for that they will pay you. They will pay you cold hard cash. Not actually, they'll pay you in gene token, but they'll pay you for that. I don't know that their database is as widespread as something like Ancestry.com, so I can't speak to the ability to source your ancestry and like connect you with long lost cousins, but they do have the information to tell you like what part of the world you might have been from, you know? So I'm telling you guys, there's a reason. I'm not a stupid person. There's a reason why I'm solidifying this page, my personal brand, in with decentralized science across the cryptoverse. It's going to be a massive narrative. It's already a massive narrative. It's just a complicated narrative. And so the traditional people from crypto don't know how to address it. I do. I have a background in genetic analysis. I used to be a shift lead at a lab that conducted genetic analysis in Boston, one of the largest hubs of science in the entire world. I can articulate the use case here, and I see it so clearly. Have any of you guys seen Demon Slayer, that anime? That dude, he's a demon slayer, shocking, and he's got a sword, and he fights demons, and usually right before he's going to deliver the fatal blow, like a thin thread will appear connecting the vital point of the demon to his blade, and he just follows that thread and he kills it every time. That's me right now with decentralized science. I see the thread. It's so evidently here. It's so evidently here. Like, just in the last month, just in the last 2 to 3 weeks, certain decentralized science crypto projects have done a 10x. These are tiny things that we're getting access to very, very early days. And I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be here talking about it. I am excited to go get my laptop charger. Do you guys have any questions for me right here? You want to delve deeper into that at all? Like, money is going to be flowing into crypto like you have not seen it before. That money, however, comes with baggage. That baggage being that the decentralization hoax, the ethos or that dream utopian world that everyone in crypto has been dreaming about for the last decade. I don't think it's coming. I don't. I think it'll improve the world we're living in, but it's not going to be utopia, guys. But if you want to make money despite that, follow this page because you're in the right spot at the right time. All you got to do is make some right decisions. Should I go scalping to a coin when I analyze the chart is moving slow from their support and resistance? Or should I be patient and wait for some trend patterns to show? Have your plan. If you know how to scalp, and if you are comfortable with scalping, go ahead and scalp. But if you are just trying to force a trade, put the computer down for the day. Put the phone down for the day. You don't need to trade every day. In fact, the time in my life when I first started trading, where I forced myself to trade at least 1 to 3 times a day, is the time that I lost the most money. Now that I don't trade every day, I will go several days without trading sometimes. Now I'm the most profitable trader that I've been at any point in my trading career. So you don't need to trade every day. Stick to your style. And don't change it up just because of FOMO. But your time is your most valuable asset, guys. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I appreciate the 5 of you guys here chilling with me for this live stream. It means a lot, especially knowing that this is such a weird, spontaneous live stream, and I was kind of just brain dumping on you guys. I think there was a lot of valuable information here, but let me know. Either comment below so I can see it after the fact and see who all was here, or head over to the Discord, Those Investors Discord, and hit me up. Let's have a good day, guys. Let's have a fucking good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow.